Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Mi channel. Today we're going to talk about Zoro's final sword, the legendary blade that surpasses Mihawk's Yoru in one piece. Guys, hold tight because the steel is about to scream. Zoro's three swords aren't just weapons, they're reflections of his soul. Oda has never treated Zoro like a simple swordsman. He's the bridge between the past and the future of the warriors who shaped the world. Ever since Town, when the Sandai Kitetsu nearly cut Zoro's own luck in half, the story of the blades has always been about choice and destiny. Zoro has never feared curses because he understands one thing. A cursed sword is a sword with a will, and willpower is the fuel of the D. The Wado Ichimonji is the heart, Kuina's sword a symbol of promise and purpose. It's what gave Zoro the why behind his fight, not just to be the best, but to honor the one who couldn't keep going. The Sandai Kitetsu is the rebellious soul, death walking at his side, the reminder that a true swordsman lives on the edge of the blade. And Enma, that's evolution, proof that Zoro doesn't fear the impossible. When he accepts Enma, he's not just wielding a sword, he's mastering his own conqueror's haki. It's there, on the rooftop of Onigashima in chapter 1010, that Oda changes the tone. Zoro is no longer Luffy's right hand, he is the king of the swords of hell. But if Zoro is the man of three swords, why does Oda keep showing more forges, more smiths, more legends? Because the world of blades mirrors history. Every sword tells a fragment of the forgotten past, the Void Century, and every swordsmith carries echoes of ancient eras. In chapter 955, the swordsmith Hitetsu speaks of the Nidai Kitetsu and mentions something many people overlook. Every sword has a will. It's up to the swordsman to decide whether it will dominate you or be dominated. That line is essential. The Shodai Kitetsu, the first in the lineage, is said to be one of the 12 supreme blades. If it's the ancestor of all curses, then Zoro will inevitably cross paths with it. And this is where Elbaf comes in. Oda has made it clear that Elbaf isn't just the arc of giants, it's the arc of origins. It's where the stories of ancient heroes meet the present. Giants revere strength, honor, and steel. In chapter 1126, Dory and Brogy return, and the mention of Prince Loki reignites a flame. Elbaf has forges that date back to the era of the gods. And what if one of those forges hides the Shodai Kitetsu, sealed away by the giants themselves for being too powerful even for them? Picture the scene. Zoro arrives in Elbaf, guided by instinct, carrying the Nidai Kitetsu that Hitetsu entrusted to him. He feels something familiar, a calling. At the heart of the island, an ancient forge has burned for centuries, guarded by a giant blacksmith who once knew Odin. The blacksmith looks at Zoro and says, "That cursed blade you carry is the daughter of my creation, but there is a mother that was locked away, a sword that cuts the sky and divides the world of the gods." Zoro smirks, "Then show me where it is." The scene becomes a trial. Zoro faces the curse itself, visions of Kuina, his failures, every moment he almost died. The Shodai whispers promises of power, tries to corrupt him, but he stands firm. He doesn't need power for power's sake, he fights for purpose. The moment he accepts the curse, his conqueror's haki fuses with the steel. The blade awakens black, streaked with purple veins and a green glow that echoes the aura of the king of hell. The Shodai Kitetsu is reborn as Tenma no Yaiba, the sword of heaven and hell. Now imagine the impact of this on One Piece's mythology. Oda loves parallels. Luffy is the reincarnation of freedom. Zoro will be the reincarnation of the warrior's will. Enma came from Wano, the land of samurai who closed their borders to protect Joy Boy's legacy. The Shodai may have come from the Void Century, forged with the same metal used in ancient weapons, maybe even in Pluton itself. And the fact that it was sealed suggests something deeper. Swords can store memories. When Zoro awakens this blade, he doesn't just gain power. He accesses echoes of the past, visions of God Valley, of the wars that shaped the world. He sees Shiki, rocks Roger cutting through fate itself. He finally understands that the title of greatest swordsman isn't just about strength. It's about responsibility. Being the greatest means carrying the weight of history. And that's where Mihawk enters again. Ever since chapter 50, Oda established Mihawk as an unreachable peak. A man who lives alone, waiting for someone worthy to surpass him. When Zoro challenges him and loses, Mihawk marks him not just with a scar, but with purpose. The slash across his chest is the seed of growth. During the time skip, Mihawk trains him, but the respect between them is more philosophical than technical. Mihawk sees in Zoro what the world has lost, the purity of ambition. Their final duel won't just be a clash of blades, it'll be a conversation between eras. Yoru, black and unbreakable, represents the past, the supremacy of technique, solitude, and perfection. Zoro's new new blade, born of curse, blood, and will, represents the future. Shared power, faith in the impossible. When they face each other, there will be no spectators. The world itself will halt. The air will tremble. The sky will split apart. Mihawk will smile. Finally, someone who understands what it means to cut everything and still want to protect. And Zoro will answer, I don't want to be the greatest for pride. I want to be the greatest so I never lose again. The clash of their swords will be so powerful that the sea around them will split in two. Oda has shown scenes like that. Shanks and Whitebeard splitting the heavens. Now, it'll be Zoro and Mihawk splitting destiny itself. When Yoru cracks, Mihawk will fall to his knees, not from weakness, but from gratitude. He'll laugh just like Roger laughed before he died. You overcame fear. The blade chose you. And in that moment, Zoro won't shout in victory. He'll simply sheathe his swords, look toward the horizon, and know there is still something beyond. Laugh Tale. Because Oda is preparing a symbolic path. Every Zoro arc represents a stage of forging. East Blue was the raw steel. The promise made with Quena. Alabasta and Enies Lobby were the hammer, where he discovered what it means to fight for someone else. Thriller Barks was the fire, the sacrifice for Luffy. Wano was the tempering, where he endured the pain of Haki. Elbaf will be the final polish, the shaping of the legend. And Laugh Tale will be the perfect cut, the strike that opens the future. What's most incredible is that Oda leaves clues that Zoro isn't just any swordsman. He's the spiritual successor of Ryuma, the god of the blade from Wano. Ryuma slew a dragon and restored his land's pride. Zoro slew the sky dragon, Kaido, and freed an entire country. In chapter 1023, Yogoro and Kawamatsu say, he is just like Shimotsuki Ryuma, not only in the face, but in the soul. That line isn't a coincidence, it's prophecy. The final sword, whether it's the Shodai or a brand new one forged from zero, will be the link that connects Ryuma to Zoro, the past to the present, steel to Haki. When Zoro finally raises the blade that cuts the sky, it won't just be the peak of strength. It will be the fulfillment of what Oda has always wanted to show, that true strength is born from oath and willpower. And while Luffy will be the king of the seas, Zoro will be the king of steel, the guardian of the sun, the shield of the deep. In the end, when Luffy reaches the One Piece, Zoro will be by his side, sword sheathed, looking toward the horizon and saying, Captain, now that you've made it, I can finally rest. And Luffy will laugh, hat on his head. Rest? No way, the sea's not over yet. And Zoro will smile because he knows the cycle doesn't end. His sword, his legacy, will keep cutting through the wind in the generations to come, like eternal steel that never fades. Oda is building Zoro not just as the supreme swordsman, but as the legend that renews eras. Every strike he makes is a page of history. Every cut is a reminder of the sacrifice, the promise, and the freedom that the world of One Piece carries. And when the sun rises over Laugh Tale, two symbols will stand at the peak, the straw hat and the sword that cut the sky. Guys, that's it. Zoro won't just surpass Mihawk. He's going to redefine what it means to be a swordsman in One Piece. If you believe the Shodai Katetsu will be the final blade, comment, cut the sky, Zoro. And if you think he'll forge his own sword from zero, comment, forge of the king. Because one thing is certain, when Zoro draws his final blade, even the gods will hold their breath. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.